We all know how hard it is to find good quality employees, right? We talk about this quite often. We have to find out where they are at. We have to interview them. We have to hire them. And then we have to train them. And we often forget about the fifth one. We need to retain them. So what does it take to do that? Well, part of it all stems around employee morale, the company morale. And today I want to talk to you about the top 3 deadliest ways to kill morale in your business. First, let me share this statistic. More than $500 billion is lost every year due to employee disengagement. $500 billion lost. Talk about leaving money on the table, right? So when employees are disengaged, they're not putting forth their greatest efforts, right? They're not looking for ways to make things more efficient. They're instead sometimes costing us money due to this disengagement. So what can we do to keep morale up? These are the things that we need to watch that are, again, the 3 deadliest morale killers. Number 1 is not providing professional development. Now, this just doesn't mean sending them to continuing education or a course or a seminar, which those are things that you can do, definitely. Get them certifications, but it also can be on-the-job training. Strictly just learning more about how things are done within your business or your company. That keeps them engaged and they are learning and growing, which is great for your business too, right? But it's great for them as individuals and it keeps the morale up when they see that. If people aren't feeling that they're developing and growing, chances are they're going to leave. And that's another killer on morale when people start to leave. Number 2 is inadequate communication. And often this can be a struggle or a challenge with small business owners, all the way up to the large ones, because they don't know how transparent to be with their employees, right? Maybe they don't feel comfortable about telling them everything, which you don't, but you need to be telling them something. You need to have, huddles once a week or, team meetings where the communication can go both ways. Because if you are doing that, you know what it does? It stops the chatter. It stops the what ifs or could this be happening, which water cooler talk. Okay, that's about the best way to say it. Water cooler talk will happen and the morale of the team begins to fall. So think about being a better communicator. And the third thing that is a deadly killer to employee morale is the lack of appreciation. Now, this doesn't mean we have to get, patting all of our employees on the back, every 2 hours and telling them how great and wonderful they are all the time. But a little appreciation goes a long way. Sometimes I find that leaders will drift towards being a boss and will tell more things that people are doing right than what they're doing right? It's easier to criticize, but we need to make sure that we're balancing or doing more of showing appreciation for that employee. Showing appreciation for that employee in front of the other employees so they can also share in that appreciation and they can be part of that. So that is a big increase in employee morale to know that the person that they're working for appreciates what they do. So think about those 3 things in your business. What can you do to ensure that your employees are always receiving professional development? Number two, how can you communicate and be as transparent as possible to stop that water cooler talk? And number three, how can you show appreciation to your team to keep that level of morale up? By doing these three things, you can stay away from those top three deadliest things that kill morale. And remember that $500 billion that's lost on the disengagement? Stop leaving money on the table.